Greetings, my name is Victor Fernando Santolaya Chavez, and today I'm going to present my statistical analysis of the problem situation, focusing on the question how has the percentage of the effects evolved over the past few months, and what patterns can we detect? All this with the intention to know the nature of the machine during the extraction process with three different products, and so be able to elect a prediction method which tells us behaviors in the extraction processes to seek for an improvement. First of all, of the extraction process can be affected by different variables, which can lead to certain errors during the production of the specific products. With this formula, we can obtain the defect rate for each month and from each machine for each product. Focusing on the product A, this is the graph of the defect rate of each month from the 18 months measurement. We can see that the graph has a slight tendency toward increasing error. However, it has a very pronounced random error, which can indicate high variability and inconsistency in the mechanism or the person taking the measurements. And speaking of seasonality, there's no specific seasonal pattern detect. Although the behavior of the abrupt random errors is repeated, it is not related with seasonality as such. Then we have the graph for product B for the 18 months of the defect rate measurement. We can see that the trend appears to be much more stable than that of A. Even it appears to be a slightly downward. The graph it has too large random error as well, which make us question the wide variability of the process, and it also doesn't appear to have a seasonal pattern, as the values appear to follow a trend but not a repetitive pattern over time. Finally, this is the graph for product C for the 18 months of the defect rate measurement. This graph has random errors above and below the data, which means to appear more variable. This trend tells us that the number of errors appears to be decreasing over time, which is positive. Like on the previous graphs, there is no clear seasonal pattern. Finally, looking at the graphs together, we can see that there is no strong relationship between them, except from that of the noticeable random errors, which appear to be present in near months 6 to 8 and 15 to 17. Analyzing the last 3 months, we can see that the trends are different from those previously discussed, as A has a V-shaped nature with a random error. The trend for B tends to be increasing as well as for C, indicating that the process has to be with more errors in the recent months. In conclusion, it is important to know and understand the trend, seasonality, and random error of the values in a database in order to better understand the nature of the processes, its weakness, and areas of opportunity. Thank you very much for your attention and have an excellent day.